You're listening to Tutor Time with Mallory, and now for your host, Mallory Latouche.
And welcome back to Tutor Time with Mallory. Today I have the honor of interviewing Miss Audrey Bird. How are you doing today, Audrey?
I'm doing quite well. How are you, Mallory?
I'm doing wonderful. What is your education background?
I have experience in public school education and at the college, and I earned a PhD by the time I was 28, and I'm currently serving as Dean of the School of Education at North Carolina Central University.
What inspired you to want to work in the school system?
Well, actually, I didn't think I wanted to work in the school system. My mother was a math teacher, and that was before all of the technology. And I remember having to grade so many papers, and that was one of the things that I promised I would not do. But when I went to college and I started looking at all the available careers, I did end up majoring in early childhood education. I taught in public school about 5 years and been in higher ed about 35 years. So I also come from a long line of educators. I had even great aunts that taught school.
How has your career path led you to where you are now?
So I worked at a university by the name of Albany State University about 28 years. And in that particular time, I went from an associate professor to a full professor to the chair of the department. So when you work with students and you work with clinical experiences where students go out into the field to get practical experiences, and sometimes you have first college students, this is the first generation college students, and they spend a lot of time in your office asking a lot of questions. And so you just try to impact change as much as you can to assist students in improving their quality of life and showing them what they can do to be a change agent and help society be a better place for all of us.
What are some of your fondest memories working at NC Central University?
My fondest memories of working at NCCU is we basically have to have a faculty meeting every once a month. And whenever the faculty get together and we can share our highs and lows, and when we can have an experience or have a sharing that demonstrates where we have taken someone from not knowing to knowing and how they have used that information in their lives to better themselves, that is a very rewarding moment for us.
What is something you've learned in your career path that you didn't know before?
Something that I've learned, that when you are the person in charge, that everyone thinks that you should be doing something differently. And when you try to talk to them about the results of these thoughts and how that every action has a reaction, then sometimes you have to try to ensure that not only are the students, but the people that are working in your unit are experiencing a positive work relationship.
What are the 3 most important skills when it comes to working in the school system?
I think you have to be firm, you have to be fair, and you have to be consistent, because unbeknown to you, you're always being watched, not only by your peer teachers, but by the students in your class. And all of the students want to feel valued. And they wouldn't want to think that you value one student over another student for whatever the reason is. So you have to really work on trying to ensure that everyone feels as if they have value. I remember doing my public school experience, I used to have a little girl and I really did like her, and I gave her all of my little chores and stuff. And the kids said to me one day, "You really like such and such and such." And I said, "Why you say that?" They said, "Well, you give her your lemon, you do this." And so then I went to an approach where every day I would have a different leader so that everyone would feel like they could assist in the classroom. So I think that that's very important.
What advice would you give the viewers that either want to work in the school system or the education system?
My advice would be they have to bring passion. You must be passionate about your career. You must be passionate about the students. You must be passionate about the families. And you have to put yourself in a position that you can be all that you can be to everyone that you are working with to the best of your ability. We all have some shortcomings. That's natural. None of us are perfect, but we should strive to assist in any way that we can.
Thank you so much, Audrey, for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you. For those who would like to visit me on Tutor Time with Mallory, you can contact me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Tutor Time with Mallory. You can find her on the following social media platforms and contact her for interviews.